Before the 19th century, humanity believed life was created exactly as we see it, perfect and unchangeable. The Bible, not science, was the ultimate authority on our origins. To question this was to risk everything. But in 1809, Charles Darwin was born into a world on the brink of transformation. This quiet young man would forever change how we understand ourselves and our place in the universe. In 1831, Darwin set sail on the HMS Beagle. What was meant to be a simple mapping expedition became a 5-year journey that would dismantle millennia of certainty. In South America, he unearthed fossils of gigantic sloths and armadillos, strangely similar to the smaller creatures still living there. Then, on the Galapagos Islands, he noticed something incredible. Each island had its own unique tortoises and finches, with beaks perfectly adapted to their specific food sources. Every discovery chipped away at the idea of a fixed creation, pointing instead to a much longer, more dynamic natural history. Back in England, Darwin spent 2 decades secretly developing his explosive theory. He sketched a tree of life, showing how all species were connected. The mechanism? Natural selection. In any population, there are small variations. Those with traits better suited to their environment are more likely to survive and reproduce, passing those advantages to their offspring. Over millions of years, this process could lead to the emergence of entirely new species. If Darwin was right, humans weren't a special divine creation, but a distant relative of every other creature on Earth. In 1859, he finally published Asterisk on the origin of species asterisk. The impact was immediate and seismic. For the first time, science offered a way to explain life without needing a divine architect. The world was divided. Clergy were outraged, progressives were thrilled, and the public was torn between fascination and horror. Cartoons depicted Darwin as a monkey, mocking the idea that humans shared a common ancestor with apes. For many, Darwin hadn't just explained life, he had shattered the very foundation of society. But the story took a darker turn. Darwin's ideas were twisted into something he never intended: social Darwinism. Thinkers like Herbert Spencer coined the phrase survival of the fittest to justify social inequality, colonialism, and racism. They argued that competition and hierarchy were natural laws. What began as a biological theory was weaponized to defend exploitation and oppression. Modern science, however, completely rejects this distortion. Genetics proves that the concept of race has no biological basis and that human diversity is a strength, it's not a hierarchy. Darwin didn't destroy religion, he revolutionized our understanding of life itself. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel.